So hello all, welcome to Not the Evening News on Saturday. I hope you're all having an amazing time. I hope you're enjoying your Saturdays, enjoying your weekend, enjoying your time off from just working yourselves to the bone. I really hope you're enjoying yourself. We have a collection of news updates today that are frankly insane. I never thought we'd be here as a country, but we are. It's just one of those things that I don't know. I don't know how we've got here, but we are. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Our first port of call is Threads, and we have Green Party Zach on Threads. I think this is Zach Polanski, the Green Party leader, and he has said drug deaths have risen every year for 13 years. That's 13 years of failed war on drugs. Labour should be looking at legislation, control and regulation, not playing politics with people's lives. This is a public health crisis. Treat it like one. This is not a game. Right, so if you don't know, Zach Polanski wants to legalise drugs, all drugs, heroin, crack, cocaine, marijuana, the lot. He wants everything legal. Now, I see that as a really big problem because once you legalise these stupid drugs, heroin especially, the people will just become shitheads. As they do, they'll just become skagheads. The streets will be filled with them if it's legal. They'll be doing it in front of kids because it's legal, and you'll just very quickly notice that your local area is filled with people that can't contribute to society. They can't contribute to the local economy because they have no money. They've spent it all on heroin, particularly, and they will just stand around shitting themselves in the streets and so forth. So Zach Polanski using this as a reason to vote for the Greens is just a retard mistake, in my opinion. How the fuck does he think people are going to vote for him when he's saying, I'm going to legalise all drugs? What a fucking moron. And if you vote Greens, you're a moron too. Well done. Next up, we have GB News, who has said UK looks unreliable and weak under Keir Starmer, warns senior defence figures in grim new assessment. So this is with regards to Keir Starmer just flip-flopping and going back on everything he says. This is in particular going into detail about Keir Starmer's position on USA using British bases for potential strikes against Iran. Now, again, if you follow me, you know about Iran, you know what's been happening. They basically have an Islamic republic in charge of them. That is their government. It's Islamic, even though the people are not. They're not Muslims. They are Persian. They're not. They don't follow Islam. Majority of them are Christian, I believe, but they live in a Islamic state basically because the Muslims came in, took over government, and now they all have to live under Sharia law. It's going to happen in Britain too. But with this story that we're looking at on GB News, that this guy, this admiral, is saying that, you know, Keir Starmer has basically said no to the USA using British bases and airways, airstrips and stuff to take off and go and bomb Iran, etc. Keir Starmer's just said no. There's only two reasons that could be. One, that he's actually a secret Muslim and he wants the Islamic State to stay in power in Iran. Or two, he's just so used to saying no now. He's like one of those security guard that gets given just a little bit of power, and no matter what you say to them, it's no, just because they can say no. And that's what Keir Starmer is. is at the moment. But I'm sure this will just be another one of those things that he U-turns on, that he 180s on. He just will. He has no backbone. He stands for nothing. That's why he is always just flip-flopping, going back on himself, because he doesn't believe in anything he's saying, really. He's just going with the status quo and what he believes people want as a lefty, not realizing that a lot of people in England now have just had enough. We're sick and tired of all the bullshit from the government. We're sick and tired of all the bullshit from the police, from councils, all these fucking people. We've just had enough. We're at boiling point in Britain, and this admiral that's said to GB News that Keir Starmer looks unreliable and weak. He's absolutely right. As a country, it's embarrassing that we British people look so unreliable and weak currently. But that's what happens when lefty ideology takes over and a lefty fucking mong like Keir Starmer gets into power. It's so depressing. But we're not going to let it get us down, are we? We're going to laugh at it. Fuck you, Keir Starmer. That's the only way to deal with it. The good old British stiff upper lip, just laugh at it. Just laugh at Keir Starmer. That's all you can do currently, unfortunately. So don't let it get you down, people. We have GB News again, who has said Keir Starmer must sue Donald Trump for $100 billion for damaging our country, Ed Davey demands. Ed Davey, the leader of the Lib Dems. Now, the Lib Dems have existed longer than I fucking have, and as far as I know, they've never been in power. Particularly Ed Davey, I find particularly frustrating. Purely because he's just like one of those kids in the playground that acts like a dickhead and no one wants to play with, but he always wants the attention. So I'll run around doing loads of dumb stuff. Look at me, everyone, look at me. And everyone just goes, no, you're a fucking idiot. Just piss off. No one wants to know you, mate. And that's who Ed Davey is to me. I don't care what Ed Davey says. He's a fucking moron. He's another one that doesn't really stand for anything. So as soon as he gets into power, it's going to go the exact same way as it has done for Keir Starmer. Again, he's just the only thing Ed Davey is interested in is making little snippets, little videos that people may find interesting, people may agree with, they may not agree with. Who gives a fuck, though? It's the Lib Dems. They're never getting into power. Just shut it down, you fucking moron. Give up your career in politics and go and open a club somewhere in Nowheresville and just do, I don't know, the botany. Do a bit of that. Do a bit of that. Just arrange some flowers and shit in a little orchard somewhere in the back shit fucking area of nowhere, and you'll be happy, Ed Davey. Just do that for the rest of your fucking life, and you'll be all right. Just fuck off my live stream and TV and anywhere else that you manage to fucking pop up, you little cretin of a scumbag shit. GB News again, we have the truth behind Britain's military recruitment crisis, where servicemen are rejected for childhood injuries, lactose intolerance and acne. Now, I'm going to post a bet here. Feel free to take it on. Let me know in the comment section if you want to take me up on this bet. What I'm going to suggest here is that those people being rejected are white people. And they don't want white people in the new army because they want everything to be diverse and all that bollocks, DEI and all that crap. So they don't want white people joining the army. So they'll make up this bollocks, childhood injury. You hurt your shoulder once when you were 10, did you? Oh, okay, no, we don't want you. You want he's fucking white. We don't want fucking white people here. Fuck these people. Whites can fuck off, can't they? Lactose intolerant. That's really relevant in the battlefield, isn't it? I would hate to be on the battlefield. To be on the battlefield and somebody say to me, "Yeah, mate, I'm lactose intolerant." I don't care. I genuinely don't care. Are they expecting me to say, "Oh, you're lactose intolerant? How did you get here? You're allowed to fight beside me? What's going on?" I don't give a fuck. That does not affect your ability to bloody fight a war or not. It genuinely doesn't. Okay. Now I would be shit in a war. I admit that. The reason why? Because my eyesight. Now they keep me out of the war because of that. Because my eyesight is shit. Okay. And I agree with that. It's absolutely fucking right. I would be a danger to my own country, to my own team, because my eyesight's so fucking shit. Okay, so yes, I agree with that. That's absolutely spot on. Yeah, fine. Put my hands up to that. But acne is one of them. So if you've got a few spots dotted about just around your face, no, don't want you. No, you're no good for the army, mate. You got a few spots. Fuck off. Fuck off. We all know what this is. You're just fucking banning white people from everything and anything just so we can seem more of a diverse country. Fuck off. Couldn't give a shit. Okay? This is why you get so many plane crashes and bus crashes and lorry crashes and shit these days, because they're all doing fucking DEI hires. No one's actually fully qualified for their jobs, and it's all going to shit. Okay? Just admit it, okay? For fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. We have I Am British on X, who has posted a video titled "Racial Attack Against Auditor in Croydon." The attackers shouting, "No one likes white people. These people must be prosecuted." Yeah, I'd agree with that. There is a video. Feel free to look it up if you'd like to. It's on an account called I Am British, and that's on X, the platform X. And this is a video of a auditor or a public videographer, I guess you could call them, or an interviewer, however you want to call them, and they are basically just recording a load of black and Muslim people that are basically kind of trying to take over the street. The black and the Asian people start attacking this guy, shouting, "No one likes white people," and that's fine apparently, not a problem. I'm sure Keir Starmer will endorse that message imminently. You know, I'm sure if he hasn't seen that video already, he will see it later on and absolutely get behind the cause of "No one likes white people." How fantastic is that? What a fantastic country we are. We have Mike Bales, who looks like an American, on X, and he has posted, "It's Friday and time to offend the snowflakes." And he's posted a picture that reads, "Where is my uterus? Trans woman." Well, so it's a man, right? So a man is suing surgeon after learning gender reassignment surgery doesn't include reproductive organs. So this fucking fucknugget thought he was going to go and get surgery between his legs and thought he'd be able to have a baby. He thought they were going to implant or grow, or he would suddenly spontaneously fucking grow a uterus between his fucking legs because he no longer has a dick. No, you're fucking autistic fuck. That's not how it works, okay? You've basically just cut off your dick and you now have a hole there. It's non-working. It doesn't do anything, okay? Fucking moron. But he is suing the surgeon after after the surgery, and he'll probably win. That's the kind of mad fucking country we live in. That's the mad West at the moment, where they're willing to pander to these fucking morons for no reason whatsoever other than DEI and fucking inclusivity. All that bollocks that no one really actually gives a shit about. Even the people protesting it on the streets, they're mostly just paid people. They get paid, I believe it's £95 for each protests that they go to, and they don't do overtime either. I've seen them leaving different protests that I've been to, so they're fucking useless in society, and they're protesting all the wrong things out on the streets. Well done, lefties. Well done, paid protesters. You're all a bunch of cunts. Well done. We have Europa.com on X, who has said Quavid Rahman, 27, was sentenced to 5 years in prison after police discovered the decomposing bodies of 41 dogs at his so-called rehoming centre. Save the Poor in Craze Hill, Essex. So if you live in Essex and you've been around to Save the Poor, poor being spelled P-A-W, by the way. So we have some lefties on the chat saying, bro, get a job. Bro, go on, get a job. How about you fuck off? How about that? If this channel isn't for you, if you're not interested in that, then fuck off. It's quite simply, fuck off. Yeah? Good stuff. Glad we could have that little chat. You fuck nugget. Good stuff. Okay, the carcasses were found in bins and around the property, some piled on top of each other and riddled with maggots. Surviving dogs were severely underweight and left without food or water. Well, I don't want to point fingers at any kind of demographic, but this is another Muslim. Okay, and we all know how Muslims feel about dogs. So how anyone didn't see this coming, in my opinion, is just phenomenal. I don't care if a Muslim offered me £1 million for my dog. There is no way I would let a Muslim near any dogs, because I know they are just cruel assholes to dogs at all time. We have another leftist saying, you are claiming benefits from my tax money. Yeah, so are all the invaders. They're claiming more than me. And by the way, I'm a qualified electrical engineer, have been for 20 years. So believe me when I say I've paid more taxes than you will ever pay in your fucking life. Okay, you little shithead. Even the shit doesn't want to get stuck here. Yeah, I agree. Even the shit don't want to get stuck here. Yeah, good stuff. You don't work? No, I don't work. I was a electrical engineer, and then I just woke up one day and just said, fuck this. Anyway, so that's Rahman fucking Quavid. Well done to him. He's a sick piece of shit. Ayal Yacobi on X has said, Islamists with the Taliban flag chant, pack your bags, leave our lands in Sydney, Australia today. They are literally telling Australians to leave and claim it is their land. How does any country tolerate this? Have we still got music playing? It would appear we have not. I'm going to put the music back on, people. No, it is. It's just a silent build-up at the moment. I'm sure that music is going to build up gracefully and then explode back into the video beautifully. That is not your land. Go fuck off. Go fuck off. I'm sure you're either a Muslim or a lefty and you belong nowhere because you're a cunt and everyone knows it. How about that? Go fuck yourself. This is Anglo-Saxon land. Yes, I am Anglo-Saxon. If you're not, fuck off. Good stuff. Okay, so yes, these Islamists with the Taliban flag chanting, pack your bags, leave our lands. So this is a technique that's taught in the Quran, okay? And what you do is you go into a country as a Muslim and you basically tear down the real history of that country. It's happened everywhere. Iran, Egypt, England, it's currently happening in Britain, America, Australia, they're pushing hard at the moment, bless them. But Australians don't really fuck about. I think they'll have quite a strong retaliation there. Yeah, it is a technique that the Muslims use. They come into a country, they tear down the history of that country and start claiming, oh, that's not what actually happened. Muslims actually did this. And then after a while, when there's enough of them, they just start saying, no, Muslims were here first. This is our land. Now you can get lost. And yeah, that's how that works. And it seems to work very well. They've done it all over the world. Even some countries today. Well, actually, majority of Muslim countries today weren't Muslim countries several years ago. It's just that they were weak. They gave in to the Muslims, as Britain is doing currently, and they allowed them to take over, basically. That's how it works. And it will continue to work like that until somebody gets a backbone in government. But I'm not holding my breath for that here in Britain. I'm not holding my breath for anything here in Britain. Good God. Good God, the music has stopped once again. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I'm using the, what do you call it? The YouTube audio library in YouTube Studio. I'm doing that to avoid copyright strikes, but it just keeps stopping. It's really frustrating. It just stops. Sort it out, YouTube, for fuck's sake. We have GB News saying that NHS child puberty blocker trial suspended after medicines regulator raises new concerns. Righto, so you're telling me that medicine regulators, the people that test these drugs, these puberty blockers, and among other things, they're saying, hang on, this may not necessarily be healthy and good for children. Well, fuck a doodle don't. No shit. No fuck me. Are you fucking shitting me? That you're telling me that puberty blockers, the things that stop your natural cycle, that stop natural progression of the body, that stop puberty, and puberty is a natural progression of a human body. It has to go through that to grow, okay? And if you just stop that, then it's not fucking healthy, is it, you fucking morons? Jesus fuck me Christ. So, I mean, how is that news? How is that news, GB News? I want to know. That the only piece of information there that I've got from that is that some retard in fucking medicines regulator has suddenly had an epiphany moment, has suddenly had a bit of knowledge just dart into his head and said, yeah, puberty blockers might not necessarily be good for kids, for underage people, for people that haven't yet gone through puberty. Well, fucking hell. Colour me fucking surprised, Absolutely unbelievable how fucking stupid these people are. But there you go. Once again, we're fucking stuck with these cunts, aren't we? So there you go. We have Be Loud. Believe it or not, that is an app. If you're not on there, probably don't bother. There's a lot of ads and shit on there, but I like to go on there to look at the news. But if you want to have a look, Be Loud, the app is called. So this is from Be Loud app, and the poster is called "This is Local London." And in local London, they have posted, "Mum charged with murder of 3-year-old boy. What we know: a mother from Woolwich and a man from Southwark have been charged with the murder of 3-year-old Isaiah Henry. The child died from serious injury." It's just sick. It's just sick. Who the fuck does that? Who the fuck has a child, or who the fuck is putting care of a child to then just beat them and suffocate them and just not feed them, not give them anything. You get them into a point of malnutrition. It's just absolutely disgusting. But again, with these invaders coming into the country, it's one of those things, it becomes more common. And what's worse is English people then learn from these invaders some disgusting fucking habits, and then it becomes a British problem as well. But here we are. Now it's a British problem. Now we've got literal children dying in the fucking streets because invaders have brought this shit into our country. Is this a London shithole? Yes, it is. London is absolutely shithole. It really is. I lived there for 1 year. Never again. Genuinely, never again. In fact, when I lived in London, I lived pretty close to this little mini roundabout. And on this little mini roundabout, every Sunday, without fail, every Sunday, there'd be groups of men. And it was a 3-way roundabout. And every Sunday, you'd get the Muslims appear from one side, white people from another, and then black people from another. And they'd all just congregate on this mini roundabout. They'd stop traffic, and they didn't give a shit about traffic or anything like that. Who cares? And they'd all just beat the shit out of each other for like 10, 15 minutes. And then they'd all scatter and just disappear. And that'd happen every Sunday. And there'd be kids like walking home from the local, shopping centre and things like that. Just absolutely disgusting. If you're going to do that, do it somewhere out the way. Don't do it on the street, for fuck's sake. I'm not seriously, because I'm not condemning that. If you want to meet up and have a great big fight, that's fine. I'm actually cool with that. No problem. But do it somewhere better. I know that in Aylesbury, Buckinghamshire, I lived there for a while too. I know that they like to do that in the car parks of like Tesco's and Asda and places like that after dark, when there's no one around, when it's closed. And that's absolutely fine. If that's what you want to do, then go ahead. Again, just don't do it where there's children going to be about. It's fine. It's fine. I don't want to live in that shithole. That's why I moved out of London. But if you do, and that's what you like, go ahead. Again, just keep it out of the viewing children. Okay, Keir Starmer lines up. This is GB News again. Keir Starmer lines up to move axe Andrew Mountbatten Windsor from line of succession. Yes, he absolutely should. I absolutely 100% agree with that. And frankly, if you do not agree with that, my only conclusion there would be that you're a nonce. So if you're sitting there going, well, he doesn't necessarily deserve to lose his royal titles and his royal right to declare his sort of right to a royal passage or anything. You're a nonce too. That's what that is. So fuck you, fuck him, fuck Keir Starmer, fuck the lot of them, bollocks. We have Grifty on X, who has said, murdered Wayne Broadhurst will not get justice. Afghan asylum seeker ruled unfit for trial after fatal stabbing spree, claimed he was evicted and never fit in. So because he was evicted and he never fit in, he doesn't have to face trial. That's fine, apparently. Not a problem. Let him just carry on with it. What a beautiful, beautiful world, eh? What a wonderful world. Okay, so this is Safi Darwood, who's 22. He arrived illegally on a lorry 5 years ago, was granted asylum in 2022, and allegedly murdered Wayne while attempting to kill 2 others, including 14-year-old boy in Uxbridge on October 27th, 2025. I like the way they say accused. I'm pretty sure with this case, we all remember this one. If you go on to X and look up Grifty and look up this tweet or post, whatever you want to call it, you will recognize the picture of the street cleaner, I believe he was, in the high vis, and he had a broom in his hand and he was doing his job, or a job. He was cleaning the streets. You will definitely recognize the picture. But yeah, this is crazy. They do this every time. They really do. If you're foreign in this country, you do not face justice at all. One of the reasons for that is the police just don't know how to police anymore. They would rather take the easy little fixes. They'd rather arrest somebody for a tweet because it's easy. It's just easy to do, and it's quick to find them, get a bit of money for the police services. So that's how that works. GB News has posted panic at London Gatwick Gatwick Airport over fears of man with firearm. This was 20th of the 2nd, 2026 at 3:17 in the afternoon, and police had confirmed the man was carrying an imitation gun. So Gatwick Airport, everyone knows, don't they? Everyone knows if you're going near an airport, do not even take a joke gun. Don't even take a fucking water pistol. You know they're going to jump on you like a flea, that's just noted a really furry fucking dog. You know, that bastard's going for that dog as quick as possible. He's right in there. You know, I don't understand why anyone would do this unless they are foreign. It doesn't say the man. It doesn't give any description of him whatsoever. Officers discovered a man carrying 2 imitation firearms and was detained. The train station was evacuated, but airport services thought to have been unaffected. So I assume that's the underground part of Gatwick Airport where you can go from terminal to terminal. I'm just going to read through this now and see if they give any description whatsoever of the guy that was pissing about with imitation guns. It doesn't look like there's any description of him whatsoever. Make of that what you will. My personal stance on that is if they don't give a description of him, he's an Arab looking man. If the second it's a white man that does that, they are more than happy to say white man. They're more than happy to say, Trev from up the road, he was nicked for carrying an imitation firearm near an airport. The second it's a foreigner, the second it's somebody that isn't British and white, no description given. No description given. In fact, my favourite post to see these days is when they say they're looking for somebody in a specific area, but they don't give a description of it because the guy's like Arab looking or black or something, and so with that they just won't give a description. But they're looking for him. So if you see this guy that they're not going to describe, let the police know that you haven't seen him because you don't know what he looks like. Fucking amazing. And people wonder why the police are failing these days. Jesus fuck me Christ. We have Washington Examiner on Truth Social. Economy grew by 2.2% in 2025, beating predictions. Brilliant. Well done, Trump. Well done, America. I hope that continues to go up for you, and I hope everything continues to go well for you. Well done. I'm not going to be jealous of that because my country is a bit of a shit show at the minute. I'm just going to appreciate that you are doing well. A Western country is doing well and is taking an active stance on getting rid of these fucking invaders. So well done to Trump, well done to Truth Social, and well done for that post. We have Metro on Be Loud app. 2 teenagers found dead at holiday park, named and pictured. Two teenagers, Ethan Slater, 17, and Cherish Bean, strange name, 15, were found dead at Little Eden Holiday Park in Bridlington. A 33-year-old man has been arrested on gross negligence manslaughter. I'm just going to click on this quickly, so give me a moment. I'm just going to see if they give a description again. If there's no description, we all know what to expect. It's funny, they think they're covering these things up, but these days we know their tactics, we know what they try and do so much. It happens so often that it's just easy to notice a pattern now. It's easy to see what they're trying to do. Absolutely amazing. The music has gone again. This is starting to piss me off. It's back. Good stuff. Outstanding. We love it. Love it. Read more. So Ethan Slater, 33 years old. So the guy, the 33-year-old that's been arrested on suspicion of gross negligence manslaughter and remains in custody. So somebody has been arrested for this. It doesn't give any information on that person at all, no description, no nothing, and they looked like a couple of lovely young people. I'm sure they were young and in love, that age, all hormones and shit rushing about, and oh, what a time to be alive, eh? Anyone remember being that year, that age, 15, sort of 16? That's right. Nah, I don't remember that. Jesus, I was always drunk at that time. It was great. I loved it. Okay, so next we have... Oh God, what have I got here? 1 second. Because I clicked on that to delve a little deeper into it, it's opened a load of tabs on my Chrome, unfortunately. So I'm just going to have to clear these, and then we'll jump straight back into it. My apologies to everyone out there. We have Migration Watch on X, and they have said, why are paramedics being called to hotels by mentally unstable men who don't speak English and claim to be infected with HIV and getting stabbed with needles and spat on? Why did the other guests at this hotel simply watch? And what has happened to our country? So this is regarding a story from a person. 1 second. It doesn't say whether it's a man or a woman, but it is a paramedic that has gone to a hotel, one of these invader hotels, and they've obviously gone to give them some kind of treatment, and they get spat on, they get attacked by people, and by people that have HIV. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't give a shit if you're an invader or not. If I'm a paramedic and somebody says to me, right, you've got to go and deal with that person. Now, he's got HIV, and there's a chance that he'll jump at you, spit at you, and grab the needle off you and jab you with it after it's been in his own arm. I would say fuck off. I would say get to fuck. I am absolutely not doing that. This job is not worth that. Okay, if you're going to sack me for refusing to deal with a man who's got HIV and is likely to spit at me and jab me with a needle, you go ahead. You fire me right fucking now so I can get on job market straight away. Fucking amazing. My only response to that person and to any person working in the NHS, working in any industry where you have to deal with invaders that are potentially dangerous is don't do it. Why are you doing it? If your boss says to you, do it or you're sacked, well, sack me, because it's not worth it. I'd rather be sacked than have fucking HIV for the rest of my life. I'd rather get sacked than get spit on by anyone. I don't care if they're an invader or not. As far as I'm concerned, you spit on me, I'm swinging for you at the end of the day. That's it. That's how that works for me. Jesus fucking hell. Bit of a dry throat there, a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologise. I was getting a little worked up there, I get emotional reading out the news. It can really get to you, in the heart, to see what our great country once was, and what it's become is absolutely is soul destroying. We have Alexandra on X, who has posted, what the heck is wrong with these foreigners, invaders, call them what they are, they're invaders, they're invading our country, raping a pony, fucking hell. Raping a pony. So a guy has been arrested here. I'm not even going to give a description. I'll let you just think what he looks like. I'll let you work that out. He's been arrested for raping a pony. Now, this reminds me of my childhood, actually, in that when I was about, 10 years old, I remember there was an Arab man as well that worked in our local takeaway or something, or local kebab shop or something. And he was actually arrested and prosecuted for raping chickens. And I remember being 10 years old and thinking, that can't be right. Like, there's no way anyone is doing that with chickens. No way. Nowadays, 20 years later, I just think, yeah, that's pretty normal for Britain now. It's just something that people do. And again, if he had got a few friends together, mix a few British people in there with him, then it becomes a British problem as well. So well done him for not only raping a fucking pony, but giving other ideas, giving other people the idea that it's okay to rape a fucking pony. What a fucking world we live in. Jesus fucking hell. Oh, the news. It's just phenomenal, in my opinion. These are stories that, again, 20 years ago, you'd read it and you'd say, nah, that can't be true. There's no way that is true. No way. But again, you read it nowadays and you just, yeah, okay, righto. So Tommy Robinson has posted, Ireland has been ordered to pay €9,500 and €6,000 to 2 asylum seekers who became homeless upon arriving in Ireland 3 years ago. Righto. High Court Judge Sian Ferreter stated this compensation addresses the state's failure to fulfill its duties. Righto. So what about the veterans? What about the veterans that our governments have failed, that the state has failed to house them? What about them? What about all these families, the elderly? I did a story the other day about an elderly couple who couldn't afford their council tax or something like that anymore. So they sold their house, moved into a caravan on a caravan park. And then when that money ran out and they couldn't afford to stay on the caravan park anymore, they got fined from the caravan park and the government. And of course, what did they do? They couldn't pay it, so they became homeless. Do you know what the government said when they went for help? They said, here's a tent. There's a tent. Go and pitch it up somewhere, and best of luck to you. But if you're an invader, you get €9,500 or €6,000 respectively. Wow, what a fucking time to be alive. We have on GB News, UK economy records biggest ever budget surplus after Rachel Reeves rakes in billions more than expected on capital gains tax. Right, so this is another one that I would like to address. Well, that's not a good thing. They've dressed that up as if it's brilliant, the surplus hits record of 30.4 billion as capital gains tax receipts surge. All sounds good, doesn't it? It's not. All that means is they've taxed you to fucking oblivion, and now you have less money to spend in the economy. So they're taking all this money as taxes. So you have less money to go to a restaurant on a Friday night. You have less money to go to the cinema on a Saturday night. You have less money to join a golf club or whatever the hell you want to do. You have less money to put in your actual local economy. So it's not good for anyone except the government. And we all know what they're going to do with that money. Going to give it to invaders. Brilliant. Love it. So once again, no matter what you do, you're just paying for invaders to come into this country and just replace you. It's absolutely disgusting the way they're forcing people to live these days and what they're forcing people to do. Absolutely disgusting. Okay, so we have, 1 second, I've got pop-ups galore. We have Lincolnshire Live, who has posted new details emerge after man stabbed to death in Grantham attack. Ian Jackson Winch was found with serious neck injuries at a property on Greyfriars. I believe Greyfriars is a little shopping centre in Grantham, Lincolnshire. New details have emerged into the death of Ian Jackson Winch, who is thought to have been stabbed in the neck in an attack at a property in Grantham. Right, so now the reason that I've put this in my news segment, my show today, shall we call it, the reason that I've added that is because I live quite close to Grantham. I do live in Lincolnshire. I live quite close to Grantham, and it's one of those things where no matter where you are in Britain now, anyone watching, no matter where you are in Britain now, and you watch all these different things and you see these different stories and things and you think, fucking hell, I'm glad I don't live anywhere like that. Believe me, it's coming to you. Okay. Now, again, it was only a few years ago I wouldn't see stories like this. Anyone getting stabbed in the neck in Lincolnshire, that was not a common thing. It really wasn't. But lately, within the last couple of years or so, it's just become more and more common. And I know it's progressing closer and closer and closer to me, to where I am. It's just one of those things with Labour's scatter. Again, if you don't know, Operation Scatter, when Labour came into power, they said they're going to bring forward a operation, and this was called Operation Scatter. And what the aim of Operation Scatter is, and it's still ongoing now. It's not just an idea; it's happening. The idea of Operation Scatter is to move these invaders into every part of England. So if you're thinking, "Oh, I live in a lovely little village somewhere. This isn't going to affect me. The invaders aren't going to affect me. I'm never going to have my house robbed. Never going to be stabbed. And my daughter's never going to be raped. My sister's never going to be raped. Anything like that. You know, even my pony. If you've got a pony out there, that isn't even safe, for fuck's sake. They're coming to you. They are coming to you before you even know what's happening. You'll see your ring door camera go off, and somebody looking Arab-like will be stood there going, you know, I've come to fuck your pony. And that's life in Britain now. GB News has posted a story that says Ed Miliband's net zero policy slammed as 18,000 jobs lost and housing crisis cripples North Sea hub. Yeah, again, who didn't see that coming? I don't think I need to go into that story. It's very self-explanatory, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. 18,000 jobs lost. You could say that for any industry at the moment, anywhere. You know, jobs are just being lost left, right, and centre. Again, if you don't know anyone that's lost their job, well done to you. That you must know a lot of very qualified and well-off people. Good for you. But for majority of the UK, they at least know one person now that's been laid off in the last sort of year and a half, specifically because of Rachel Reeves's budget, because of the different things that Labour government are doing, and because Keir Starmer is just a weak little bitch. Okay, I'm not going to do that story. So we've only got like 5 minutes left. I'll do a couple more interesting stories. I'll have a quick dig through it. I've got plenty to call up on. So let's get a couple of interesting ones. Rather than like GB News or something that tend to be a little bit more sort of sheltered. You know, you with mainstream media these days, you never get like real proper in-depth news and 100% facts. It's always watered down a little bit. It's always kind of, you know, covered up a little bit, so to speak. There you go. So this one just absolutely made me laugh my head off. So Ors Wine Guy on Threads has posted a picture, and it reads, "Someone called my 9-year-old gay on Xbox, and he responded, 'I'm straighter than the pole your mum dances on.'" I just thought that I'd add that because I just find that absolutely hilarious. It reminds me of that kid that was on the bus, and that video went viral because a couple of bullies were picking on him, and they said to him, like, "What, you're a couple of inches tall?" And the kid was just like, "Yeah, I'm a couple of inches up in your mum." It's just like, oh, kid, you just slayed. You absolutely won that. No contest. All fucking well done to you. So Restore Britain on X has said that if they get into power, they will reintroduce the death penalty in a referendum. And that is to put Axel Ruder Canabana, what the fuck his name is, that gimp that killed the 3 kids in Southport, that dickhead. They will bring back death penalty in a referendum. So obviously we'll all have to vote for it, which we all will. I would absolutely vote for that. Just to get this twat murdered, basically. And I don't feel any guilt in saying that. I don't feel any shame. I don't have any empathy or sympathy for that tosser, you know. Why should we have to pay for him to be in prison and live a life now just fucking playing Xbox or something in a cell somewhere? It's a waste of a life. Just put him down like a fucking mangy dog, because that's what he is, just a mangy dog that absolutely cannot be trusted. So go Restore Britain. I'm very happy about that. I will be voting Restore Britain to just for that reason alone. Fuck it, for no other policy than they will throw a referendum on whether we should put down, like a little dog, Axel Ruber Canabana. Fuck it. Yeah, I'd vote for that. Basil the Great on X has said CNN is laughing their head off at Keir Starmer's low approval ratings. He's at 52% in his own party. So that's his own people. That's people that he has put in their place. Right, and even that half of those, just under half of those, just think he's a complete twat, just an absolute wanker. Even they're looking at him thinking, you spineless, gutless piece of shit. And they're absolutely right. Yeah, I actually wonder how that is so high. How are 52% of his own party still behind him? How is it not just the lot, all of them, all of the Labour Party just going, you're a cunt, get the fuck out of here? How? I don't understand it. And overall, within the population of Britain, he's at 20%. Again, exact same point. How is there still 20% of people, which is what, 1 in 5? How are there still 1 in 5 people that say, yeah, Keir Starmer's doing a really good job? Bollocks. I want to meet somebody who says Keir Starmer's doing a good job, just so I can just grab a fucking... do you know, I can't say what I'd do because I'll get banned or something, because you can't incite violence or anything on the anywhere, can you? But freedom of speech, I can say they're a cunt. Fuck it. So yeah, anyone that still thinks Keir Starmer's doing a good job, just call him a cunt. Fucking hell. Even if you overhear it in a pub and you're not even part of the conversation, if you just hear somebody say Keir Starmer and the words good job, just shout out cunt. Do you know what I mean? That's what they deserve. Absolute fucking benders. Right, we have UK Justice Forum latest video news update on X. They have posted a story that says benefits bill balloons to over 15 billion handed to migrant households in 18 months. According to DWP figures. So that's not even all DWP figures. That's just the figures for migrant households. 15 billion pounds in 18 months. I believe something like 87% or 80 something percent of Pakistani invaders don't work. It's not their culture to work, you know. So we bring them in. We bring them in by the bus load, by the plane load, by the dinghy load. You know, pretty much every way we fucking can. And all they do is breed. That's it. They come into the country. They get given a fucking house. They get given money. And then they just go, fuck it, we'll have babies. Brilliant. Love it. Fantastic. We have Basil the Great again, who has said Keir Starmer announces 40 million funding in funding for UK mosques and Muslim schools. 40 million in funding for UK mosques and Muslim schools. Now, When was the last time you heard of a Muslim, a mosque or a Muslim school getting attacked? I genuinely cannot think of one. What I can think of, however, is I can think of Jewish schools that have been attacked. I can think of a very recent one in Manchester where several people died because a Muslim went on the rampage and decided to kill a load of Jews. I can also think of many, many, many times invaders have let themselves into schools over this past year or so. In fact, at one point, myself and Adam Brooks, Essex PR, we were actually updating people minute by minute, hour by hour of his local school that had an invader go into it and just start fucking noncing over kids. So once again, 40 million for mosques and Muslim schools. They don't fucking need it. You're funding terrorism there. That's all you're doing. Absolutely. I have no shame in saying it. And again, I'm not inciting any violence. The freedom of speech says I can fucking say it. Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. You know, where's the Jewish peoples? Where's the Jewish synagogues and Jewish schools payout of 40 million? Where's the churches and the Christian schools payout of 40 million pounds apparently for protection and whatever? There isn't any, because being a Muslim in Britain means you are the first class personnel in Britain because you are Keir Starmer's chosen ones, and anyone else, frankly, can just go fuck themselves. Right, we are approaching the hour. I'm hoping that you've learned a lot. I'm hoping that you've enjoyed my glorious, lovely voice. I might start singing. Who the fuck knows? Have a good day, though. Enjoy the rest of your day and spread the word. Keir Starmer's a cunt. Cheers, everyone. Bye. Fucking music stopped again.